I'm Judy.
And I'm Haley. And welcome to Noodle Brains. So kick off your shoes.
Grab your, it's not Kool-Aid today, but grab your Kool-Aid.
And let's get started. So we've had a very, very long day.
Yes. But it's been so much fun.
It was fun. So we went to the fair parade today, which is a thing in Coleman we do before our fair comes around. And I'm a Fair Queen representative at my school, so Judy drove me. We had to be there at 12 today. It is 4:30, and we just got back.
Yes.
And we are exhausted.
That's why Haley has on this beautiful dress.
Yeah, that's why I look good today.
And that's why I look like Who'da Thunk It.
I've heard Who'da Thunk It like 8 times.
Because we've been in the hot sun all day. We had a really good time representing you and also Snead's Farmhouse, so it's been a lot of fun.
It was definitely a lot of fun. We had a lot of little kids recognize you, and they were like, Aunt Judy, Aunt Judy.
Yeah.
That was probably the cutest part.
It was cute.
So today is the last day of September, which means it's the last day of Suicide Prevention Month.
Yep.
And that is something that is really important to both Judy and I. I know that I have put up a board at school and a board in a pageant shop for Suicide Prevention Month, and it lists the hotline number, which is 988, and then I put sticky notes, so if anyone is wanting to leave like words of affirmation, positive thoughts to those, they can put the sticky note up there just to kind of like, you know, give other people confidence.
Right, that's a great idea.
Because you never know who that'll help.
Right.
And like I love getting to see things like those because I'll always write something. It's kind of like a prayer wall, but not everyone is religious, and I mean, that's okay.
Right.
So I want to be able to do something that everyone is in, boys and girls, because they have a boys shop too. So it was just so much fun.
Cool.
So we wanted to talk about what we do before we get to that point, like our self-care, so we don't take our life, and just to gain more knowledge about it, because a lot of people don't understand what suicide really is. Like they think it's just someone taking their own life, but there's a lot of stages before it gets to that.
Right. And I don't think a lot of people understand what self-care is, simply because a lot of people are, like when we were little, we're taught to put our friends first, to think of others, and it seems selfish for self-care sometimes. And so I know that was something that I had to learn, is how to use self-care for myself. And especially like holidays are really stressful for me, especially Christmas. My mom and dad both have passed away, and holidays are sad for me. And so I just, and especially when you start losing your grandparents and your parents, and then sometimes people's families get sideways, and I have to really utilize self-care as the holidays approach. Do you have to do that, or?
Yes. I lost my grandpa when I was 11, and we were very close. He lived with us, so the holidays, they're hard. And then when I go to like my boyfriend's Christmas or anything, and like his grandparents are there, that's hard on me.
Yeah.
Because like I only have like 2 grandparents that are still living, and I don't see them much. So to like constantly be around someone else's grandparents it's very difficult.
Yeah.
And I just know like for the holidays, I try to think about like what my grandpa would want me to do.
Right.
You know, I've done so many things since he's passed that I never thought I'd be able to do. So it's like, do this, do what I think would glorify him, but also glorify God, most importantly. And I think just putting your faith in Christ and just, going forward, trying to be happy, just keeping a rhythm. Don't slow down or speed up. You have to just keep a steady pace throughout the entire year.
One thing that you just said was about having a relationship with Christ or God. I want to say something about that, because we both are Christians, and sometimes when you're doing self-care and you're with a therapist, or you're at church or around other Christians, they go, you just need a relationship with God. And when I was going through my recovery, it was almost as if it was a little bit of a foreign language to me, and I'm going to tell you why. Because I wasn't raised in church, so I didn't really understand what it meant to have a relationship with God. My brain was God. If you pray to God, then then it should happen, and like there shouldn't be bad things that happen. And like that wasn't happening, and I was like, this is not working. And so I had to really understand what a relationship with God is like in my own life and with my depression, because like sometimes I would get to the point where I would be like really mad at God, going, why did you make me this way? Like, I don't understand. If you created me, why did you make my brain so jacked up?
Yeah.
Like, I don't get it.
I'll say that I was really struggling around the holidays last year. That's when I decided to go back into therapy and get put on medication and stuff. That was really hard for me, and I was struggling with my relationship with God. And then I went for a period of time where I was doing great. I was reading my Bible all the time. I was praying a lot, and then you get back to where, in my opinion, when the devil gets you and you stop doing that, you stop praying as much because you're like, oh, I'm really tired, I'll pray in the morning, and then you forget in the morning.
Yeah.
Or you're like, oh, I'm really tired, I'll read my Bible tomorrow. Well, there might not be a tomorrow.
Yeah.
And I struggle with that a lot. It's just really hard to constantly have a relationship, but I think that that's also a good thing, is that God made us human. We have emotions. We're not going to be the best Christian. We're not going to be Jesus. We're not.
Well, the thing that was comforting to me is when I told you that my goal was to read the Bible all the way through before I was 50. I actually accomplished that at 49 years old. And I felt like as I would wake up every morning to read the Bible, there were mornings that I was like, I am on the struggle bus and I literally cannot even like bring myself to read. And it was like I was able to have a little bit of gentleness with myself and go, oh yeah, I forgot. God created my brain, and He knows that sometimes I'm not well enough to do this, and He's okay with that. So then I would be gentle on myself, not read that morning, and then the next morning I'd feel great, and I would read both passages that I was supposed to read in one day. And like I found out when I was gentle on myself, and I think that's part of self-care too, is knowing your own mind, knowing how your mind works, like knowing that, okay, the holidays are approaching, what does Judy need to do to take care of herself? And things that I have to do to take care of myself sounds so selfish, but I buy myself something or do something for myself that I would never do. Like, for example, I went and got Botox. I would have never done that.
Girl, but it looks so good.
I would have never done that. But I was like, you know what? It's Christmas. I'm going to splurge and get Botox. And I made it where it's on a holiday, like my birthday. It hits perfectly. And then, like, just, you know, I've never owned a designer purse ever. And so, like, one Christmas, I said, now, I went to TJ Maxx to buy the designer purse.
It doesn't matter. It was still a designer purse.
But I went and got a designer purse. And I was like, wow, you know, just little things. But then I started finding comfort in giving back. And, you know, we are like when it comes to wanting to give back. You're wanting to give back because you don't want people to struggle like you have.
Yeah.
And that's why you're on a mission to say it's okay not to be okay. And I'm the same way. I go live every Monday and Wednesday morning and talk about self-care because I don't want people to struggle the way I have. I don't want people to have to wait till they're 50 years old to get their life straight. You know, if I could have just been you at your age and said, oh my gosh, instead of looking at my illness as a weakness, let's look at it as a strength and help other people. And that is amazing.
I definitely still have days, though, that are really hard. Like, last Sunday when we filmed the podcast, I was having a rough day. I didn't really get out of bed. I didn't even brush my teeth. And I am very big on that. Like, I think with self-care, it's something you have your self-care that you do every single day. Yeah. And then you have your big things. Every single day, I have to wash my face in the morning. I wash my face. I put on acne stuff over my spots. I brush my teeth while it dries. I put on lotion. I put on sunscreen. I do that every morning. unless like I'm having just the absolute worst day, and I try to at least do that. But like my big things would probably be like when Andrew and I are like, okay, you know what, we're not going to think about money tonight, we're just going to go out on a nice date. We're going to go out, we're going to have fun, we're not going to think about anything else. Doing that is like, it really is just a big thing. And then I love just like singing. Like Frozen's my favorite. And I just like getting in my car, listening to that, or just any musical and stuff like that. That's my like big self-care. Or doing my makeup.
Yeah.
Trying a new makeup look I haven't done. Trying new things with my hair. That's what I really like to do.
That's how, when I go live and do my makeup in the mornings, a lot of people are like, why do you put all that crap on your face? For my mental health. Because for me, as a woman, when you feel pretty, you kind of walk with a different little, step.
Oh, yeah.
You feel confident. You feel good. You know, like, and then when you're looking like I look right now, it's like you're going, oh, I just look terrible. I'm having a bad day. I'm stressed out, and you just don't feel good.
Well, I'll say like with makeup, a lot of parents don't like makeup. Mm-hmm. They're like, oh, my daughter's not wearing it till. Okay, hold on. There's a difference between this much makeup and what a 13-year-old might wear. Like, on the regular basis, when I go to school, I have nothing on my face but a pair of glasses, and I'm in my PJs. But usually, if I'm going to do my makeup, I just have my sunscreen on, I put a little bit of blush on, mascara, I fill in my eyebrows with some brow gel, and then I'll put powder on everything so it doesn't, like, just drip off, because I'm very oily. But when I do things like today, I don't get to do this much.
Right.
I'm not going to put on a fancy dress and barely put any makeup on.
Right.
And it's not, I love the way I look. I love my eyes. I love my eyebrows. I love my skin. I love my freckles. And I don't want to cover that up.
Right.
But when you're going somewhere, you can't just wear a pretty outfit with no makeup.
Right.
Because your body's no makeup is your PJs.
Yeah.
Or a t-shirt and shorts. But for me, if I'm dressed up, it makes me feel like a princess when I have eyelashes on, when I have really sparkly eyeshadow, lipstick, a ton of blush. That's my thing. But all the time, you don't have to, but that's something I like to do. And I think when others will just hate on people online who wear a ton of makeup, it's like, who cares? Like, that makes them feel good about themselves.
Right.
And, like, I've had days that I put on a ton of makeup just to go to the store, and I came home and took it off. Because it made me feel good.
Yeah.
But then I've had other days where I put on nothing.
Yeah.
All day. I just think that's one thing I love to do.
Well, I think I don't put it on every day.
Oh, girl, if I put it on every day, I could not.
I don't. I mean, I do when I go live, but when no one's coming to my house, it's my free day. Like, I don't do nothing.
But makeup's good to, like, talk to someone when you're doing it.
Yeah.
Like, going live and doing makeup is something that's just, like, you can do that. You can't do that with anything else.
It's funny because people think I'm trying to sell makeup. I'm like, have you seen me put on my makeup? Like, don't follow me for tips.
And like, you're like, girl, I'm watching a YouTube tutorial while I do this. No, makeup, I started getting into makeup when I was like 10 or 11, right after my grandpa passed. Like, that was something I loved to do, and I just love it. It's so much fun. I love the eyelashes. Now, eyelashes, they're hard. They're very difficult. But that's what I like. I like the eyelashes. Now, eyeliner, I can't do eyeliner.
Isn't it funny when you put on lashes how much confidence you feel?
Oh, yeah.
Isn't it crazy?
The one thing I am like, I'm not going to say I don't like it about myself. I just wish my eyelashes were longer. I don't wear makeup to hide what I don't like. I use it to emphasize what I do.
Yeah.
I want my eyelashes longer. I'm going to put on mascara.
Right.
I love rosy cheeks. I'm going to rosy my cheeks up a little bit.
Yeah.
Like, it's just stuff like that. I love my green eyes, so sometimes I'll put a little bit of purple under them to make them pop. Right. Just like people with blue eyes put like baby blue.
Yeah.
And it looks so pretty.
Yeah.
But I want to get a lash lift. Because what that does, like, you have extensions, but lash lifts, it uses your regular lashes, and they kind of, like, perm them. So they just stay up.
Well, maybe I have to try that.
I want to try it. And it's supposed to last for a really long time, and you can still wear makeup with it. It just makes sure, so your eyelashes usually go out straight. So mine are long, they're just straight. But when you curl them up permanently, it's just perfect. Cool. They're just so beautiful. And then you don't have to wear makeup, and they're still long.
But you see how, like, when we're when we're younger, we're taught that when we think of ourselves, it's selfish.
Yeah.
And like getting lashes and all that sounds so like extra. But those are things that make us feel good. And I've had to learn that it's okay to do those things. And like I said, I wouldn't normally do it, but the only reason I did it, to be honest with you, is because they told me it was going to take 2.5 hours, and to close my eyes and let someone pamper me for 2.5
And just
hours
sleep.
sounded fantastic. And I did it. I was like, oh, this feels so good. I just
love
loved
that.
it.
I want to go get a facial.
Oh, yeah.
Like, girl, I had a massage because I have really bad back problems. I went and got a massage. That was the best thing. They had like the hot coconut oil on you. Girl,
Yeah.
that was good. I like that.
Yeah.
Now, a lot of people go to the tanning bed for self-care.
Yeah.
I went to the tanning bed and it gave me so much anxiety the whole time I was in there. Thought I was going to have a panic attack because I didn't like it. It was like enclosed. It was really loud. I didn't like it.
Yeah.
Now, I'll probably have to go again a couple more times because of my tan lines, but would not just go for fun. Oh, there's the yellow jacket. Okay, yeah.
Well, I just think that with it being Suicide Prevention Month, I think that we have to be aware of how we are and what prompts us to think suicide thoughts. And I think that back when I was really bad, I had a box. Did I tell you about this? My psychiatrist had me get a wooden box, and I got to go, like, I went to Hobby Lobby looking for a special box, like the perfect box.
And then you can decorate it.
And I found this perfect box that I had, and she told me to put keepsakes in there that keep me alive. Like pictures of my kids, maybe a cross, maybe your favorite Bible scripture, or something. So she said, when you get sad, I want you to go open your box. And my box had a music in it. So when I would open my box, it would play little soothing music and it would bring tears to my eyes. And then I would see my kids' baby pictures. And suddenly I was able to go, okay, Judy. Because my problem is I'm trigger. Shane calls me trigger. Because I will pull the trigger really fast. And I don't mean a gun. I mean like, hey, I thought about painting the room. Next, I've gone to Lowe's and bought all the paint. And I painted that day. Like the entire room. I'm like that. So sometimes I'm very impulsive when it comes to being sad. I used to go, I'm sad, and go straight to suicide, like thoughts of suicide immediately. Like it was just like, and I had to learn to go, oh, I need to be careful. Because, one day this might happen. So that box with the little music in it was so soothing to me. And it reminded me of why I needed to continue to dance and continue to live my life for my children. My children really kept me grounded because I never wanted to be a bad example to them. And I would never leave them without a mom. Because at the end of the day, they need their mom.
Yeah, everyone needs their mom. I'll say that suicide definitely crosses everybody's mind that has mental health issues. Maybe not just everybody, but I've had days where I was just like, why do I want to do this anymore?
Yeah.
Like, if I do this, I don't have to worry about school. I don't have to worry about all these huge tests that I'm freaking out about. I don't have to worry about stressing out every single day. Like, it's miserable. It is absolutely miserable every single day to just feel awful. And you're just always so upset. You're always just feel so alone. And no one wants to live like that.
Right.
And sometimes you're just like, well, I don't have to if I just do this. If I take all these pills or if I take this gun right here, like, it's over. But I've learned that I like to pray when stuff like that happens. Sometimes I'll just sit there. Like, no words will come out. I'm just like, God. And then nothing else. And I think if you're actually saved, because, if you're not saved, your prayers are going nowhere. But if you're saved, like, God's going to hear that, and he's going to be there for you, and he's going to comfort you. And you can almost feel like when you're sitting there and you're squalling and you can't even breathe because you're crying so much, and you can just feel like the arms wrap around you and just hug you. And just stuff like that. That's what helps me. And my little cousin, Aerith, the thought of her having, like, her mom having to tell her, Haley's not coming back. That right there, like, that's not fair. Like, she shouldn't have to witness that at such a young age. And that's something that really keeps me going. Because, like, yeah, my family, my boyfriend and everything like that, it's not the same as her. Right. Like, she looks up to me. Right. And I want to be able to be there, and I want to watch her grow up, and I want to keep being a great role model for her. But if I end my life, I'm not going to get to do that.
Yeah.
So I think for everyone that does struggle with suicidal thoughts, find that one person that you want. And I think it's better to think of a kid. Because realistically, if you look, I mean, I know kids pass every day, but more so if you look up to an adult, and then when that adult dies, that's going to hit you really hard.
Yeah.
And you're going to be like, well, I have nothing else to look forward to. If you pick a kid, especially like a little cousin you're close to, a little sister, little brother, they look up to you.
Right.
More than anything. They watch every single move you make. If you walk funny, they're going to walk like you. Eric thinks it's so funny to walk and check her little booty. She's like, I'm walking like Haley. So she'll do that. She'll talk like me all the time. And it's like, you're setting an example, and you don't want them to ever think suicide's an option.
Right.
So if you take your life, they're eventually going to get to your age and find out why you never came back. And then they're going to think, well, if they did it, I can do it.
I was going to say, they may mimic you.
Yeah. And my thing is, don't let it be an option. Mm-hmm. If you don't let something be an option, it can't happen. No one's life is not worth living.
So I've never is it 988?
Yes.
Okay. Have you ever done that?
Yes.
I've never called 988 to know what they say to you. Is it counselors?
It's definitely hard to call because, like, you're nervous. You don't want someone to judge you. You call and they'll answer, and it's an automated message, and it tells you that a counselor will be available as soon as possible. And then they'll put you on the phone with a counselor, and they'll just talk you down. I think it's called Teens for Teens. Teens Talk to Teens or whatever. You can find it. Look something like that up. It's where teens are talking to other teens. It's not mental health professionals. It's not counselors, therapists,
really?
Psychiatrists.
It's a number you can call?
Yes, and you can text them, too. And you can text 988, I'm pretty sure. You have to look all this up.
We need to research more about that.
But Teens Talk for Teens, I think that's what it's called. You can call them, and it'll connect you with a teenager. And these teenagers will just talk to you.
Well,
and just talk about, you'll just talk about school, talk about life, boyfriends, girlfriends, animals. They're just going to help you calm down, take your mind off things, because I think it's easier to talk to a teenager than an adult sometimes.
Yeah.
And I just think it's a really good thing, especially for those teenagers that are scared to talk to adults. Maybe you've never been to therapy, you've never had to talk about your feelings. I think that would be a really good place to start.
Yeah.
Because, like, reaching out to your friends isn't the same. If your friends never had a mental health issue, they're not going to know why you feel this way.
Right.
And I can definitely say it's hard to talk to, like, my boyfriend about some things because he just doesn't understand it. So my best friend suffers with mental health issues, and I go to her more so than my boyfriend. But he helps me a lot. It's just he doesn't know how I feel.
Right.
It's more of he wants a reason for why I'm upset sometimes. And it's like, I don't have that.
Right.
And when you are talking to someone who has been where you are now, they get that.
Right.
So,
right.
I love that.
Well, I want you to know that if you ever get in that situation, I know you know that I understand, and you know that I'm here for you. No judgment, you know that.
Judy, I could call you at literally 3 a.m. and be like, my car broke down on the interstate, and you'd be like, okay,
on my way.
You'd be like, hey guys, so Haley's car broke down on the interstate. It's 3 a.m. Let's go get her. And then Leroy pops up, and the intro starts.
Oh, that's so funny.
And you're like, oh God, I hope her car breaks down now so we can do that.
Well, like we talked about with self-care, I just think that, especially with the holidays coming up, a lot of people, a lot of family problems during the holidays and a lot of disappointments because we set ourselves up for expectations of what a holiday should look like or what a gift that we should get or whatever. We set ourselves up for expectations. So I'd like to know how you're going to take care of yourself these holiday season. I'd love for you to comment and tell me what your ideas are for self-care. I would like to hear other people's, because you never know.
That might help you.
Yes, it can help us. Like, oh God, that's a great idea.
It's like, I really like your box ideas. Sometimes when I'm getting really down, I keep notes and birthday cards. Keep all those and I'll go read them. Mm-hmm. Like, I have notes when Andrew and I first started dating, and those are my favorite ones to read. Because, you know, like the honeymoon phase, you're all excited, you're all so sweet. And now I'm like, you're an idiot, you know? So that's definitely fun. Stuff like that to do. I think other things with self-care is you need to have, like I said earlier, one thing you do every single day. And you need to do it no matter what. Like, make it something small, whether it be make your bed. I hate to make my bed. I'll never make my bed. Because I sleep like a taco, like a little burrito. I want my throw blanket tucked under me. I want my weighted blanket tucked under me. I don't want my bed made. I hate that. Because I get cold.
Yeah.
Because I feel like all the air is just coming right under. I hate it. Mm-hmm. And then you have people like Andrew that just sleep on top of their comforter with a throw blanket.
Yeah. Manson does that, my son.
Ew, that's gross. I don't know. What are some acts of self-care you think, like little things you can do daily?
Is that the weighted blanket, does that work?
I think if mine was heavier, yes. Mine's only 20 pounds. I think that it works sometimes, like if I'm not too anxious, but if I'm really bad anxious, it doesn't work. I think I need like a 40 to 60 pound blanket. I get very anxious at night. Like when I wake up, I'm just filled with anxiety. And it's because my medicine's worn off.
Yeah.
So that is something that I do struggle with in the mornings when I wake up. But I think drinking water, that's a big act of self-care I have. I try to drink like 4 bottles of water a day, if not more. I usually drink way more than that. But I will say, do you agree with this? Like, drinking out of a bottle is a lot different than drinking out of a cup.
Yes.
I feel like if I drink out of a cup, I can have that drink in like 4 minutes.
Yeah.
But if I'm drinking out of a bottle, it's going to take me a lot longer.
Yeah.
So I try to refill my cups like 4 to 5 times a day.
Yeah.
And drink all of it. And it just makes you feel so good.
It does.
Like, no one believes that. But when you drink the
it
amount
makes
of
you,
water,
even your skin feels good.
Yeah. You feel good. Like, you feel ready to go. You could literally run a marathon.
Yeah.
But then if you only drink like 2 bottles of water, you feel groggy. It's like, I don't drink Coke. I don't drink anything but...
Me neither.
Yeah, I don't
Me
do
neither.
That. No, but
I drink water.
No, the only thing I drink is like diet ginger ale. That's it, and I don't drink it much because I won't let myself drink something like that if I haven't had water.
Yeah.
So if I want a coffee, it's been a rule I have to drink a bottle of water first.
Yeah.
That's something I'm really big on because I want to be able to treat myself, but at the same time, are you really treating yourself if the only thing in your system's a coffee?
Yeah.
No, you're gonna feel awful. All you're running off is fake caffeine and all that sugar. You're gonna feel bad.
Yeah.
So you need to have like that water to sit inside of you to just kind of give you a little base for the day.
Right. Well, so when are we gonna do the drawing for the gift certificate?
So I think we should do that this weekend because I think we're talking about doing a live podcast Saturday.
Yes.
So this Saturday, that's the 8th, 9th, 7th. 7th. Saturday, October the 7th. We will be going live. We do not have a time yet. We will definitely have it probably posted before this comes out. You can hop over to Judy's YouTube channel to see that. We will be posting on your channel, the live.
It's Snead's Farmhouse Sanctuary.
Yes, you can click that right up here. I'm going to make Andrew edit that in. He's going to hate me for that. And so you can do that. You can watch it. And she'll probably announce on 1 or 2 of her videos this week again what time it'll be at. And it'll be on her Facebook page, which is...
Snead's Farmhouse Sanctuary as well.
Yes. So we'll do that, and we can draw while we're on that.
Oh, good idea.
Yeah, so
yes.
again, if you'd like to enter to win a free Cracker Barrel Gold card, which has 2 drinks, 2 entrees, and 2 desserts, you can do that by liking, commenting, sharing, and subscribing. If you do all 4 of those things, and comment down below your acts of self-care, and you'll be entered, and we'll be drawing next Saturday,
Right.
and we'll figure out a time.
And we'll be posting the time that we'll be going live next Saturday.
Yes. So, this was a lot
Thank
of fun.
you for joining us today. It was fun.
We'll see y'all next week or
All right.
Saturday.
Yes, Saturday.
So bye.
Bye.